Hello and welcome back down to the koi pond here in Lancashire, and on today's video we're going to be doing a little experiment on two salt readers. So we're going to try and see if a budget salt reader is going to be any better than these ones with pictures of koi on, what are about 80 to 85 pounds. So I have two budget ones what we picked out, and now we're going to test them and let you guys decide what salt reader you would buy in the future. So we'll get tester number one, which is a £35 digital one from Amazon. So if you own a koi pond and you salt your pond, you will have some sort of salt meter, maybe one of them flip arm ones, or old fashioned, or a refractometer, or a digital one like this, but the expensive one at 80 to 85 pounds with a little fish on it, which is, I think it's white with a black lid and like a little red koi on it. I'll get a picture of it and we'll put it on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. But anyway, there's one at about £85, which is expensive, and then I've picked two budget ones for the people that don't have enough money, and just to give them a rundown really, and if they're any good, and if not, then you can save up and buy your dear one. But let's just get on with this video and we'll see what happens. So we'll take this out of the box. This digital one comes with a calibration certificate from the factory. So this is the unit itself. It's like a pen. It doesn't have a cap on the bottom for some reason, and then you turn it on by the button there. So it's set to salt, if you can see that, and it's 0.0, and then air temperature or 23 or something. So this is the digital one, and this was from Amazon for 30 to 35 pounds. I will leave the link to this in the description of this video. So that's salt reader or tester number one. And for our second choice salt reader is something you'll find in the marine hobby. So if you have a marine tank, you'll use one of these, or you'll use the old flip-flop arm one. So it is a refractometer, and it comes in this blue box. This is also off Amazon. So both units are off Amazon. I'll leave the link to this unit in the description down below. And this was, I think, £12.50 or £13, something like that. So this is the lower end to this one. And then obviously them flip arm ones on Amazon are about a tenner, but we haven't got one of them, so we will be, and then we'll do another video and test all three. This is just for these two budget ones at the minute. So we'll get into it. You get the little pepe for your salt or water, whatever you're testing, and then this little screw to calibrate it. Then under there you got the instructions. So like I said, if you're in the marine hobby, you'll know what this is. It's your refractor meter, and you'll be fully recognise it and know how to use it. But we're going to see if it's going to be ideal for a pond. Because if it's a salt meter and it reads your salt, why can't you use it for a pond? So if you've got one of these and you use it for your pond, leave a comment in the description down below on how you get on with it. Or if you've got a budget one like this and you use that for your pond, then also please come on, let's hear your views on these 2 meters. If you use either any one of them for your pond, or the koi expensive one with the fish on it, £85. If you use any of these, then come on, put it down in the comments and how you get on with it. So obviously we can't be putting the eyepiece over the cameras, you're not going to see nothing. So I'll take pictures as we go along and we'll throw them up on the screen as I'm doing it, so you know what we're doing. So we'll put that to one side and we'll get the digital one and we'll test this one. Obviously we're going to test it with some water to see if they both read at 00. So for that we're going to be using a bottle of distilled water. You can make this yourself. Just get a pan, boil some water and try and collect the steam, and then let the steam cool down in the container you collected it in, and that's your distilled water. So it's pretty simple to make, but we bought this off Amazon, and we'll leave a description for the distilled water in the description of this video. So we've got a little cup, pour some in there, and then we're going to get the digital meter. I'm going to put the probe in there and it should read 00 like it does. So I'll put a picture up which will come up in a minute. So that's set at 00 with the distilled water. Now we'll do the distilled water on this and it should read 0 again. So we put some in a syringe. So what you do is you lift this up, you put a few drops on the blue part, like so, and then you just close the lid, wait a few seconds for it to stabilise itself, and then just put it to your eye and look. So that is also reading 0. So that's also reading 0. So they're both reading 0 with the distilled water, which you'll expect to. If they didn't, then obviously they'll need calibrating. So we are ready to go. Both tools are calibrated, and let's see if they both read the same with the salt water test from out of the fry pond in the shed. So I know what the salt level is in this cup because I took it to my local pet shop this morning and they tested it for me. So I exactly know what it is in here. And yes, they tested it with the koi pen with a black lid with a little koi fish on it. They tested it with that, and I know exactly what it is. And we're putting these things to the test to see if it comes up with the same reading. Right, so we'll get the first one. I'll just put this distilled water back, and then just fill with the pond water. So if I turn this round, it's going to look like a 2, but it is 0.5. There will be a little picture coming up now, so you can see what it is. I was like back to front with you guys, like 0.5. So that's reading at 0.5. We'll get the Refractometer, just give it a wipe, get that fresh water off, and then we're ready to go again. Just look at it and it should be completely blue with no reading on now. So we take a sample, a few drops, not all of it, and then close the lid. Please remember to smash that subscribe button and hit that little square in the right hand corner of the video. Then we'll look through this, and that's also reading 0.5, which a little picture will come up on the screen for you. So both of these readers, this digital one and this Refractometer, are reading exactly the same reading, 0.5. Now, the water in the cup is 0.5, the salt level. So both meters are reading exactly the same. So there's no difference between this meter at £12.50 or this meter at £30 to £35. But this one is easier because obviously it's a digital one. So there's no really comparison between these two meters. They're both reading exactly the same. They're both telling the right salt level, which is 0.5. And yeah, would we recommend any of these products to use on your pond? And the answer to that is yes, we would recommend this one for easy reading, and it has other things it does, the temperature, TDS, and also we would recommend this, a fish tank one for the marine hobby, which you could use for your pond if you want to look at it. But both are doing exactly the same reading. So for a budget perspective of both readers, we would recommend these two readers to use on your pond. So if you've got any questions or any comments, just leave them in the comments down below. Please tell us what salt readers you use for your pond, and would you swap it for a budget one now you're seeing the results of the budget ones. So it's like you pay £80–85 one with a fish on, or you can just get a budget ones for half the price or 3 times cheaper at £35 and £12.50. So that's just a quick demonstration on budget salt readers, because there's a lot of negativity about them, saying that they give the wrong result, fish are dying because they've got too much salt in the water or something like that. So I just thought I'd throw it out there for you lot to to see and then decide for yourselves. So this has been Lee down at the Koi Pond. So until the next video, please take care of each other, and bye for now.